How Viking ships changed the world. Viking longship. How did Vikings sail so far? How Viking ships changed the world. They didn't have guns. They didn't have compasses. They didn't even have maps. But they crossed oceans. They sailed up rivers. They reached North America, Baghdad, and Constantinople, and they did it all in one of the most revolutionary ships in human history. Welcome back to the Viking Historian. Today we reveal how Viking ships didn't just carry warriors, they changed the world. From design to discovery, this is the story of the longship, the machine that made the Viking Age possible. Chapter 1. The Longship, a masterpiece of engineering. At the heart of Viking power wasn't strength. It was design. The longship was a miracle of early naval engineering, built for speed, stealth, and versatility. Key features: shallow draft, could sail in just 3 feet of water, perfect for surprise raids up rivers. Lightweight oak hull, flexible, strong, and fast. Single square sail, made of wool, dyed red or brown. Oars on both sides, could row in any condition, even against the wind. Symmetrical ends, no need to turn around, just reverse direction. This wasn't just a boat, it was a war machine, and it gave the Vikings an edge no one else had. Chapter 2. They went everywhere. Map of dominance. Let's follow the longships across the world. In West, Britain, Ireland, Iceland, Greenland, Vinland. Raided Lindisfarne in 793 AD, settled Iceland, 874, Greenland, 985, and Newfoundland, 1000. All in longships. No support, no supply lines in East, Russia, Ukraine, Constantinople. Swedish Vikings, Varangians, sailed down Russian rivers, founded Kievan Rus. The precursor to Russia served as elite guards in the Byzantine Empire in South France, Spain, Mediterranean, sailed to Paris, Seville, even North Africa. One fleet sacked Seville in 844 AD, traded furs and slaves for Arab silver coins. These weren't just raids. They were connections, linking the North to the entire known world. Chapter 3. How they built it. Shipbuilding secrets. Viking ships weren't mass-produced. Each was handcrafted by master shipwrights. The clinker-built hull overlapping oak planks, riveted together. Flexible. Could bend with the waves, sealed with tarred wool or animal hair. The dragon head, carved prow, often a dragon or serpent, meant to terrify enemies and ward off sea monsters, removed before entering friendly ports, to avoid offending the gods. The mast and sail took days to raise, required teamwork, marked with family colors or runes for identity. A single longship could take a year to build and cost a king's fortune, but once launched, it ruled the seas. Chapter 4. The tactics. Why no one could stop them. The longship wasn't just fast, it was unpredictable. In surprise raids, appear at dawn, strike fast, vanish. Monasteries on coasts had no warning in river invasions, sailed 100+ miles up rivers like the Seine and Thames. Paris was besieged because Vikings sailed right to its gates in beaching and portage, could be dragged over land, portage, to reach new rivers. Entire fleets moved across Europe on logs and grease. This wasn't just sailing, it was strategic domination. Chapter 5. Legacy. How the longship changed history. The longship didn't just carry Vikings, it reshaped the world. In connected continents, created trade routes from Canada to Baghdad. Arab silver coins found in Scandinavia prove it. Founded nations Normandy, from Norse settlers, Kievan Rus, from Swedish Varangians, Iceland and Greenland, permanent Norse colonies, inspired future ships. The longship influenced later cog ships and knars, Viking cargo ships. Even modern naval architects study its design. Without the longship, there would be no Viking Age, no discovery of America, no Danelaw, no Varangian Guard. Chapter 6. The Gnar, the other Viking ship. Not all Viking ships were longships. The Gnar was the cargo vessel, wider, deeper, built for ocean crossings, carried food, livestock, families, and trade goods. Used for colonization, not raiding. Leif Erikson used a Nar to reach Vinland, while the longship brought terror. The Nar brought settlement. Together, they made the Norse the greatest seafarers of their time. We remember Vikings for their axes, their gods, their raids, but their true legacy? The ship. The longship was more than wood and sail. It was freedom. It was curiosity. It was the will to explore against all odds. From a fjord in Norway to the streets of Constantinople, the longship carried the Norse to the edges of the world. And in doing so, it changed history forever. If you're amazed by Viking ship technology, smash that like button. Let's give credit where it's due. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. The Lost Viking Colony. What happened to Greenland? Ring the bell, and because the next chapter is coming, comment below. What shocks you more, the design, the range, or the impact? And could you sail one of these ships? Until next time, sail far, sail fast. Skål!